You are far away from home. The morning light filters softly through tall glass windows, carrying with it the muted sounds of Tokyo slowly awakening. The city outside is alive, yet here in this quiet moment, you are still suspended between rest and motion. You are Lisa, the youngest member of BLACKPINK, a name known across continents. Yet in this room, it is simply you. There is no rush of the stage, no echo of screaming crowds. Only the calm hush of a Tokyo morning, wrapped in the silence of a hotel suite that is both temporary and familiar. The day ahead is heavy with expectation. Tonight, you will stand before tens of thousands of people, every eye fixed on you, every sound amplified. But now, in this stillness, you are untouched by the frenzy. This is the hidden life, the hours no one sees, the quiet rituals, the simple meals, the unseen breaths that carry you to the stage. Let us walk through this day together, slowly and gently, as though time itself has slowed, allowing each detail to rest on the surface of your thoughts. You open your eyes before the alarm rings. The curtains are half drawn, and a muted glow spreads across the room, carrying the soft silhouette of the Tokyo Tower in the distance. Its red frame stands steady against the pale sky, a quiet landmark reminding you where you are. The hotel room is spacious, yet not overwhelming. White sheets gather softly around you, the linen smooth beneath your fingers. There is a faint hum from the city outside, a distant train, the muted roll of tires on the street below, and somewhere far off, the sound of a vending machine door closing. Tokyo always seems to move quietly, yet persistently, never quite at rest. You breathe in deeply. The air is clean and carries a faint trace of cedar from the hotel's air filters. For a long moment, you stay still, allowing your mind to balance between rest and wakefulness. You stretch gently, arms rising above your head, toes pointing, your body lengthening as though reaching into the morning itself. There is no rush. The day will be long, and the first hours belong to you. You slide from the bed and place your feet on the floor, cool and firm beneath you. The slippers at your side are soft, waiting. You take a few steps toward the window, where the view of Tokyo stretches outward. Tall buildings rise, patterned with glass, their edges softened by the haze of morning light. The Tokyo Tower, not far away, gleams faintly in the sun. Its lattice of metal feels almost delicate from this distance, as if it were painted onto the skyline rather than built. The bathroom is filled with gentle light. You splash cool water on your face, the droplets sliding down your skin, bringing freshness, clarity. You take your time brushing your hair, dark strands falling into place, each motion slow and unhurried. Breakfast is waiting in the adjoining room. A tray has been carefully arranged. A traditional Japanese breakfast, presented with quiet elegance. There is steamed rice, warm and faintly fragrant, a piece of grilled fish whose skin glistens faintly under the light, a bowl of miso soup sending up thin tendrils of steam. There are small side dishes too, pickled vegetables with bright colors, a folded omelet cut neatly, and a cup of green tea, its surface still trembling slightly from being poured. You sit at the low table, the chair cushioned just enough to encourage lingering. Each bite is deliberate. The rice is soft. The miso carries the faint salt of the sea. The tea is warm with a grassy bitterness that awakens your senses gently. This is not just food. It is a ritual. A rhythm that roots you in the present moment, steadying you for the long hours ahead. Outside the window, the city grows brighter. You can see people crossing streets in neat flows, umbrellas opening as the light drizzle begins to fall. The Tokyo Tower stands firm, a quiet witness to your morning. After the meal, you return to the quiet space of the room. You roll out a small yoga mat, its surface familiar under your palms. You move through slow stretches, your body folding and extending with precision, a gentle arch of the back, a long reach toward the ceiling, a deep exhale as you bend forward. The muscles respond with ease, the memory of countless rehearsals, countless mornings like this. You do not rush. You let each posture linger, your breath guiding the pace. The sound of your inhalations and exhalations fills the room in steady rhythm, a reminder that calm can exist even in the busiest of lives. The morning passes not in haste, but in quiet certainty. Each moment, each ritual, each small decision carries you gently forward. You are not yet the performer, not yet the idol known across the world. You are simply yourself, beginning a day in Tokyo, with the city outside, the stage ahead, and the stillness of now surrounding you like a quiet shield. The morning has stretched into late hours. The Tokyo sky is now brighter, its pale blue softened by clouds that pass with unhurried grace. From your hotel window, you can still glimpse the tower standing tall, but the rhythm of the day has shifted. The quiet solitude of morning has begun to give way to the steady hum of responsibility. You finish dressing in a simple, comfortable outfit, a soft, oversized shirt and muted colors, loose trousers that move with ease. There is no need for glamour yet. Today's performance will demand energy, precision, and endurance. But for now, comfort is all that matters. You tie your hair loosely, slip on a pair of sneakers, and step into the corridor where a gentle hush lingers despite the busy hotel. The elevator carries you downward, its doors closing with a low chime. The ride is brief, but in those few seconds, you feel the shift from private life to shared life. When the doors open, you are met by the familiar faces of your team. Your manager greets you quietly, his voice calm but purposeful. A stylist stands nearby with a small bag, and one of the assistants hands you a neatly sealed water bottle. These small gestures are routine, yet they anchor you. Outside, a black van waits. Its windows are tinted, a barrier between the world outside and the quiet bubble inside. You slip into the back seat, and the city unfolds around you as the car moves through the streets. Tokyo is alive now, pedestrians crossing orderly intersections, cyclists weaving gently between lanes, neon signs still glowing even in daylight. The van glides smoothly, and the gentle sound of rain taps against the glass. You lean back into the seat and allow yourself a few moments of stillness. You watch the droplets gather and slide down, one after another, leaving faint streaks that disappear as new ones form. The world beyond the glass feels almost like another life, one you are observing rather than living. Soon, the venue rises into view. The Tokyo Dome, vast and unmistakable. From the outside, it looks like a giant white shell, curved and gleaming under the muted light. You've seen it many times, but each time it carries the same quiet weight. Tens of thousands will sit inside, waiting for the first note, the first movement, the first glimpse of you. The van pulls into a secured area. Doors open quietly, and you are guided through narrow hallways that echo with the faint sound of footsteps. Staff members move briskly yet silently, each carrying out their role with practiced efficiency. Posters and equipment cases line the walls, a mosaic of cables, instruments, and lights waiting for their moment to transform the stage. You step into the rehearsal space. It is a wide, empty room with mirrored walls on one side and polished floors that reflect the overhead lights. Already your fellow members are there, Jisoo, Jenny, and Rosé. They greet you warmly, their smiles quiet but reassuring. The bond between you is steady, unspoken, carried by years of shared moments like this. The rehearsal begins slowly. First, the band plays a few gentle notes, tuning their instruments. The soft pluck of a guitar string, the steady thump of a drum, the rising hum of keyboards. Each sound lingers in the room, filling it with warmth. You sing softly, testing the acoustics, feeling the way the sound carries. Your voice meets the empty walls and returns to you, echoing in faint delay. The microphones hum, the speakers adjust, and the technicians nod quietly as they adjust controls. Choreography follows. The movements are familiar, ingrained into muscle memory, yet you approach each step with patience. The mirrored wall reflects your form, every angle, every gesture. You repeat a step, then repeat again, allowing the rhythm to sink into your body until it feels effortless. The dance is not simply movement, it is discipline, refinement, and the merging of breath with music. The rehearsal stretches on. You focus on alignment, on harmony with the others, on the subtle corrections that make perfection seem natural. The band continues, the staff observe, and your managers take notes quietly at the side. There are breaks, but even in pause, there is no true stillness. A stylist adjusts a strand of your hair, a makeup artist lightly touches your skin with powder, a choreographer whispers a correction. Between runs, you sip water. The coolness is refreshing, almost startling after the heat of movement. You sit briefly on a folding chair, watching your fellow members laugh softly among themselves. Despite the pressure, there is comfort here. You are not alone in this. You are one part of a whole, 4 voices, 4 presences that blend into something larger than each of you alone. The afternoon light begins to fade. Through a high window, you glimpse the shift in the sky, from pale gray to the muted tones of dusk. The rehearsal room grows softer as the artificial lights replace the sun. You feel the day narrowing toward its inevitable point. The concert. A final run-through begins. This time, the energy is sharper. The music is louder. The steps are quicker. The voices fuller. The room vibrates with intensity, though no audience is present. You give everything, as though the tens of thousands were already waiting. When it ends, the silence feels heavy, like an exhale that carries both exhaustion and anticipation. The managers gather you briefly, their words practical, measured. The timing of the set, the order of songs, the placement of cameras, the reminders about entrances and exits. Each detail is necessary, though in the moment they blur together. You nod, absorbing, trusting that when the time comes, the rhythm will carry you. As you leave the rehearsal space, the hallways feel different. The equipment cases that once seemed ordinary now feel like vessels of transformation. The cables, the lights, the screens. Each one is waiting, dormant but ready. You pass by a rack of costumes, their colors muted under the fluorescent light. Soon, they will shimmer, catching the glow of stage lights. But for now, they rest quietly, like sleeping creatures. Back in the dressing room, there is another rhythm. Makeup brushes sweep gently across your skin. Powders settle softly. Eyeliner draws delicate lines. Hair is arranged, strands smoothed and set. The stylists move with quiet efficiency. Their touch is light but precise. You sit calmly, the chair comfortable beneath you, the mirror reflecting a transformation not yet complete. The final preparations are not only physical. Inwardly, you steady yourself. You close your eyes for a brief moment, inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly. The sound of your breath steadies the rapid beat of your heart. The weight of expectation presses lightly on your shoulders, but you remind yourself that you have carried it before and will carry it again. The evening is close now. The rehearsal is finished. The details are in place. The quiet rituals of preparation have carried you from the solitude of morning to the edge of performance. Soon, the lights will rise, the music will swell, and the hidden hours will give way to the public spectacle. But for now, in this final quiet before the stage, you rest in stillness once again. The hours of preparation have passed, and night has arrived. The city outside the venue glows with countless lights, each window and sign a fragment of Tokyo's endless rhythm. The Tokyo Dome stands like a great shell under the night sky, its surface reflecting the neon shimmer of the streets. Inside, the air is charged with anticipation, though you are separated from it for now, waiting in the wings. Backstage, the sounds of the crowd drift toward you, muffled but unmistakable. A steady murmur of voices, punctuated by bursts of cheer, the clapping of hands, and the rise of chants. They call your name, your group's name, a chorus of thousands layered into a single sound. It is distant enough not to overwhelm, yet present enough to remind you of the scale of what awaits. You stand quietly with your members. The four of you exchange glances, no words needed. You are bound by years of shared stages, rehearsals, and journeys. A stylist makes final adjustments to your outfit, smoothing fabric, adjusting a seam. A microphone is clipped gently against your skin, the cord tucked neatly, almost invisible. You inhale slowly, feeling the weight of the device, knowing it will soon carry your voice across an ocean of people. The staff move around you with purpose. One calls out timing, another signals with a hand. The lights dim in the dome, and the roar of the audience swells instantly, rising like a tide. The stage vibrates faintly under your feet. The air seems thicker, filled with both expectation and energy. Then the moment comes. The curtains part, the platform rises, or the door opens. Whichever way you enter, the effect is the same. You step into a sea of light and sound. The stage is enormous, yet it feels alive, glowing with carefully arranged colors. Spotlights cut through the darkened audience, sweeping across the dome in arcs of white and gold. Screens behind you flare to life, displaying images magnified larger than life. The first notes of music echo, deep and resonant, vibrating through the ground, the air, and into your chest. The sound of the crowd strikes you all at once, a wave of cheers, screams, and applause that seems without end. Thousands of light sticks glow in unison, creating a shimmering ocean of pinks and blues that ripple with every movement. It is both overwhelming and grounding, a reminder of why you are here. You move into position. The choreography begins, your body flowing through the motions as though guided by unseen threads. Each step aligns with the music. Each gesture echoes the rehearsals of the afternoon, though now they carry new weight. Your voice rises with the first verse, clear and steady, carried effortlessly by the microphone into every corner of the dome. The sound system is powerful. You can feel it in the soles of your feet, in the vibrations of the stage beneath you. Drums echo like heartbeats. Bass notes hum in your bones. Melodies intertwine with your own voice. The lights flash in patterns, synchronized with every beat. White bursts, washes of color, soft strobes that melt into waves. The audience responds to every moment. A raised hand draws a chorus of screams. A smile, a glance into the crowd, amplifies the energy further. Yet you remain calm within it, your expression poised, your movements precise. Years of practice make it seem effortless, though each step demands focus. You notice small details that the crowd does not see. The faint warmth of the stage lights against your skin, the way smoke machines release thin wisps at your feet, curling upward, softening the edges of the light. The subtle signal from a crew member at the side of the stage, reminding you of timing. The set list continues, song after song, flowing like a carefully woven tapestry. Between numbers, the music pauses, and you hear the audience clearly. They chant in unison, rhythmic and powerful. The sound rolls across the dome like a single voice made from thousands. It is impossible not to feel moved, yet you remain steady, keeping your breath calm, your focus gentle. You take a sip of water discreetly, the coolness grounding you in the midst of the spectacle. As the concert progresses, your body begins to glisten faintly with effort. Beads of sweat trace along your skin, but the lights transform them into glimmers, almost like jewels under the stage glow. Your hair moves with each turn, each gesture, catching the brightness like threads of silk. The costumes, designed for spectacle, shimmer with every movement. Sequins scatter reflections. Fabrics flow like rivers of color, each outfit chosen to tell a story with the music. You glance at your fellow members often. Rosé leans into her microphone with intensity. Jenny's movements are sharp and precise. Jisoo's voice rings steady and clear. Together you create harmony not just in sound, but in presence. Each of you shines individually, yet the true strength lies in your unity. The stage belongs to all of you, equally and fully. The set reaches its midpoint, and the tempo shifts. Softer songs fill the air, their melodies carried gently, like a lull between storms. The dome quiets. Thousands of fans listening intently, swaying with their light sticks raised high. The sound is no longer deafening, but intimate. Your voice drifts into the microphone, carried by the hush of strings and piano. The audience responds not with screams, but with silence, as though holding their breath so as not to disturb the moment. You can hear the subtle echo of your own voice bouncing from the dome's curved ceiling. The reverberation lingers, long and warm, blending with the hush of thousands listening. In that instant, despite the size of the crowd, it feels as though you are singing directly to each person, one by one. The quiet does not last. The tempo builds again. The energy returns. The lights blaze brighter. Pyrotechnics flare briefly at the stage edges, and the audience erupts once more into chants. You dance with renewed strength, your body guided by rhythm and habit. The hours of rehearsal earlier in the day guide you now, invisible anchors holding each movement steady. As the final songs arrive, the energy peaks. The dome is a storm of light and sound, every voice raised, every movement amplified. The music is thunderous, the crowd relentless, the lights dazzling. Yet you find a calmness within it. Even at its loudest, even at its brightest, there is a still point where your breath and heartbeat guide you. The last note fades, and with it the dome erupts. The sound is almost indescribable, a wave of gratitude, love, and joy, crashing in applause, chants, cheers, and song. You stand with your members, bowing together, smiling gently. The audience continues, their energy refusing to fade. For a few minutes, you speak to them. Your words are simple, heartfelt, carried gently through the microphone. You thank them for being here, for supporting you, for the love they give. The dome listens intently, each word repeated back in murmurs, cheers, and applause. Then it is over. The lights dim once more. The final echoes of music fade into silence. You walk off stage, step by step, leaving the roar behind. Backstage, the atmosphere is different, quieter, though still buzzing with residual energy. Staff greet you with small smiles, a pat on the shoulder, a whispered congratulations. You breathe deeply, your chest still rising and falling from exertion. You feel the weight of fatigue, but it is softened by the glow of accomplishment. The stage has ended, but the night is not yet complete. The concert is behind you now. The sounds of the dome still echo faintly in your memory. The thunder of applause, the shimmering ocean of lights, the lingering vibration of music through your chest. But here backstage, the energy has quieted into something gentler. The corridors that buzzed with urgency earlier are calmer now, filled with the soft sounds of staff packing equipment, rolling cases across polished floors, and exchanging hushed words. You sit briefly, a towel resting on your shoulders, the fabric absorbing the faint sheen of sweat that remains. A bottle of water is handed to you, and you drink slowly, letting the coolness spread through your body. The fatigue settles in gradually, not as sharp pain, but as a heaviness in your muscles, a reminder of the hours you've given to the stage. Your fellow members are nearby, their laughter soft, their voices lowered but warm. Rosé hums a line from one of the songs, absent-mindedly, her voice still as clear as it was on stage. Jenny leans back in her chair, exhaling in relief, her hair falling around her shoulders. Jisoo speaks quietly with the stylist, her tone light but measured. Together, you share this quiet afterglow, a shared exhale after the intensity of performance. The van is waiting once more. You step inside, leaving the dome behind. The tinted windows frame the night outside. Tokyo glows in neon and lamplight, its streets alive even at this late hour. Vending machines cast their soft blue light. Bicycles rest neatly against railings, and signs flicker in kanji across tall buildings. The rain has stopped, but the streets are still wet, reflecting the city's glow like a shimmering mosaic beneath the tires. The drive is short, and soon you arrive at a restaurant reserved for you and your group. It is tucked away in a quieter part of the city, not the bustling districts filled with nightlife, but a smaller, more discreet location. The entrance is understated, a wooden frame with a sliding door. The faint smell of grilled fish and warm broth drifting outward. Inside, the atmosphere is calm. Tatami mats line the floor, soft light filters through paper lanterns, and the faint sound of flowing water comes from a small fountain in the corner. You remove your shoes at the entrance and step into the warmth of the room. A low table awaits, set with bowls, chopsticks, and cups. The meal is simple, yet comforting. Bowls of rice steaming gently, platters of sashimi glistening with freshness, small dishes of pickled vegetables arranged neatly, and hot miso soup that fills the air with its savory aroma. A pot of green tea is placed at the center, the steam curling upward in delicate tendrils. You sit with your fellow members, your legs folded comfortably beneath you. Conversation flows in a low, easy rhythm. You speak of the concert, small mistakes that only you would notice, moments when the crowd's energy felt overwhelming, times when you caught each other's eyes and exchanged wordless reassurance. There is laughter, not loud, but steady and genuine, carrying the relief of a night completed. The staff join in at intervals, offering quiet praise, discussing plans for tomorrow, gently reminding everyone of schedules to come. Yet even these reminders cannot disturb the calm that has settled. For this moment, you are simply four friends sharing a meal in Tokyo, the weight of fame resting lightly in the background. You take slow bites, savoring each taste. The rice is soft and warm, the sashimi cool and tender, the miso comforting and grounding. Each sip of tea soothes your throat, still raw from hours of singing. The meal is not extravagant, but it is nourishing in a way that feels more important than luxury. As the meal ends, plates are cleared quietly. The air in the room feels heavier now, not with tension, but with the drowsiness that comes after exertion. You stretch your legs gently, feeling the pull of muscles still holding the memory of dance. One by one, you and the others rise, bow politely to the staff, and step once more into the night. The city is quieter now. The streets are not empty, but the crowds have thinned, leaving only the soft sound of footsteps, the distant hum of trains, and the occasional call of a late-night vendor. The van carries you back through this stillness, and soon the hotel comes into view once again, its tall structure glowing softly against the skyline. You return to your room. The air is cool, the sheets neatly arranged as they were in the morning. The Tokyo Tower still stands in the distance, now illuminated in golden light, its frame shining against the deep blue of the night sky. You stand by the window for a moment, watching it, feeling the calm of the city settle into your chest. You prepare for rest. The makeup is removed, the stage clothes exchanged for soft pajamas, the tension in your body eased by warm water and gentle stretches. You lie down once more beneath the smooth white sheets, the fabric cool against your skin. The room is silent, except for the faint hum of the air system and the distant sound of the city outside. As your eyes close, your mind drifts. You think of the performance, the lights, the sounds, the faces in the crowd. You think of the laughter with your friends at dinner, and then your thoughts move further, toward possibilities that linger quietly at the edges of your mind. A solo project. The idea has been with you for some time, faint but persistent, like a melody that returns when least expected. Tonight, after the dome, after the sea of voices calling your name, the thought grows louder. You imagine standing alone, not as part of four, but as one. The stage would be the same, yet entirely different. The songs would be yours, the stories yours to tell. The thought is not heavy, nor urgent. It drifts in and out, weaving with the calmness of the night. Perhaps it will grow. Perhaps it will wait. For now it rests in your mind like a seed, unspoken, but alive. You breathe deeply, the softness of the pillow cradling your head, the sheets wrapping gently around you. Outside, the Tokyo Tower glows. The city continues its quiet rhythm, but here in this room, time slows once more. The day has ended, the performance is complete, and tomorrow will bring new demands. But in this moment, you are at rest, still, calm, and gently carried toward sleep.